What's good, y'all? This is C-Certified Brewhead, and welcome back to another Stay Home and Drink Craft Beer with Me vlog here on BAOS. Happy Saturday. I'm here with Tiff at the crib, as always. Loving these vlogs. Let me know what you guys think of the last one. That was just fun. It's a nice way to kind of like move around the house, and yeah, rather than just sit on my ass with the big camera, we can move around with this one, you know? So tonight, I want to talk about something that we've been talking about a bunch on the podcast and on our Instagram lives, and that is a way or easier ways to procure craft beer. Now, primarily what we're going to be talking about tonight is in Ontario, because in Canada, aside from British Columbia and I think Alberta, Ontario has some of the best system for delivery, and we are very jealous here in Quebec. But I've got two new ways that you guys might not be familiar with on how you can get craft beer. Now, the first one I want to talk about is called Brewer Eats. I guess that's a play on Uber Eats.
Oh yeah.
So before I even yap about the general gist of it, let's go grab one of the beers. So I think I'm going to run with these three tonight. We have, first up is going to be Woodhouse's APA beer. Huge fan of Woodhouse. Shouts to Graham. They just recently opened their pub and did not get to try it. I'm going to rock the Bear Hug IPA from our mates at Market Brewing afterwards. And I'm going to come back with a bit of a cider just to switch it up on ya. So I haven't had this specific one from Woodhouse. I've had a bunch of their stuff. They do some really great, solid, crushable, straightforward beers, and I really wanted to check out the pub. I feel like they're a great sort of gateway brewery. I would call them in the most, that's a positive term. Oh, nice and fluffy, man. Look at that. Smells tropical. I imagine it's West Coast. Looks good. Look at that head. Serious one on you, Graham. Mate, get in here. Yeah, West Coast. Nice. 4.9. Crushable, tropical, slightly bitter, slightly piney, a little bit dank. Just sort of an inoffensive, crushable beer that you could probably sit on all evening. I haven't had any of these stuff for a while. It does a good stout, an IPA. They got the lagers. I think it just calls it light beer or something. All crushable stuff, man. This is great. So what Brewer Eats is, essentially what they've done, there are now over 50 breweries that have signed up in Ontario. If you have I think this is right, if you have a bricks and mortar brewery in Ontario, you're allowed to have an online store where you're able to ship your packaged products to anywhere within the province. Now, I don't think that applies, no, I know for sure it does not apply to contract brewing. So the thing with a brewery like Woodhouse is that they have a brew pub, but I'm pretty sure they're not packaging out of that brew pub. They were contracting, I think, out of Brunswick Beer Works, and they must continue doing that. So therefore, I don't think they qualify for an online store. So what Brewer Eats is allowing contract breweries to do, which from the range that I've seen, kind of starts to make sense to me now that it is. They didn't mention that, but that's probably what it is. And it gives them an opportunity to be able to be delivered to people's homes. So there's 50 breweries that have signed up, and they compare with restaurants. So you can go in there, your beers have to be bought in batches of 12, I think, to make it even worth it for them. It's usually like a profit thing, as well as kind of like, are you really going to go out of your way to deliver 4 beers? I'm not sure if it's physically posted or not, or if it's like driven or whatever. But because it said deliveries between 1 and 5 days, I guess that would probably mean, I didn't really think about it, but Tiff said that, what if it was like Thunder Bay? It takes a bit of time to get up there, But you don't have to have the same beer. You can actually have 12 completely, just 12 singles. But it just has to be on multiples of 12. And there's discounts if you get 6 or more of any specific beer if you want to get some crushes. So that's a pretty cool way to do it. I'm going to come back after. I'm going to talk a bit more about it, but I just like that there's sort of, I think it's like a separate company who have gone and brought in all of the brewers who are unable to run their own stores, and then connected with restaurants who they're allowed to ship alcohol now. So I don't know if they always were, but now they are. So this is sort of one way that you can actually get beer like this in your hands without having to go to the LCBO now for the contract brewers who typically wouldn't be able to deliver. So it's very, very cool. It's a nice, innovative way to get beer. So I'm going to go enjoy this one. We'll be back shortly. So, after the last clip, I got a little bit more information. I got the intel. So I had a couple things wrong. First of all, it's not just contract brewing, and because the next beer I'm going to rock is from Market Brewing. This is their Bear Hug IPA. This is actually a really, really good beer. It's a nice hazy IPA.
Love Market.
Oh yeah, Market is solid. Shouts to y'all, man. So these guys are based out of Newmarket, hence Market, and they have their own facility. We went for beers for just before Scotty's wedding.
Yeah.
Shouts to Scotty. Which is really, really cool. So they brew and package everything there. So clearly it's not just for that. Look at this one. Yeah, so this is their LCBO SKU, stock keeping unit.
And did you mention that all the prices are LCBO prices?
I did not mention that.
Well, that's why I'm
But
here.
all the prices are LCBO prices. I feel like this is less hazy than normal. Maybe I just haven't had it for a while. So, that's the first thing. It's not just contract brewing, but it does give contract brewers another way to do it. I'm not sure if Market already have their own online store, but they, this is like, once again, this is the LCBO one, so maybe it's just an alternative form of revenue for the breweries, which is dope. It's another way to support them. So, secondly, they don't have any restaurant partners yet. The restaurant in Toronto that's supporting them is called Gatsby's Speakeasy. So they're using their license to be able to distribute the products throughout the province. But they do have food partners, so check this one out. Dick Duff's Organic Jerky.
Yes, Dick Duff.
Yeah. So this bad boy is... organic, you already have me at that. They have 3 flavors I saw on here. This is the red wine and rosemary flavor. Tiff and I are huge jerky fans. Tiff more so than me, really.
Yeah, I love the jerky.
I've been learning to appreciate it over time.
You know, it was Scott and Brad that got me on the jerky.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their drunk food.
Yeah.
They always go to the store if we're going to get like drunk food. They're like, yeah, I need some jerky.
Yeah, and I was like, meat sticks.
Right?
All right.
Yeah.
Why not?
So this
Especially when they're organic and gourmet like this.
Yeah, this is exactly. And the packaging is great. Like, the name is funny. Non-GMO and organic, which is super dope, and it's gluten-free as well. They're basically taking care of the snacks and beers for now. And on top of the beers, cider. That's the other thing I want to talk about, which is the next one. You know what? Oh wait, I'm going to talk about that in the next part. But this is the current food partner. So if any restaurants or other breweries want to be a part of the program, where basically Brewer Eats are promoting all of these breweries, Ontario breweries, and restaurants, and being basically using their platform to on-sell all their products to consumers, this is what you need to be doing. Hit them up. Right now they're starting, like I said, with some snacks, but if you have like a full restaurant and you've got some takeout meals or something that could be delivered, once again, it'll probably have to be local. I'd imagine if it's Ontario-wide, they'd have to have like one in Sudbury, they'd have the Toronto region, they'd have probably in Ottawa, Kingston, London, etc., etc. So, you know, it'd be regional, but as they go, I feel like there's a really, it's a beautiful thing that they're able to get not only local food, but also beer that people otherwise wouldn't be able to get. And this is all without leaving your house, and that's what we're about. Right now, it's never been more important that you can receive whatever you need to at home. It's sick.
And I think it's just going to create this habit, create this new business where it's like, wait, why was I going ever to anywhere else where I could just stay home and get it delivered to me?
Right? I mean, some people like you and I...
Except for actually sitting in a venue and enjoying a brewery, for example. But it is convenient, right? It's delivery has always been a thing. People always wanted pizzas delivered. They should have always been able to have beers and all this extra stuff delivered to them as well. Same thing.
You can't go back. They'd let the genie out the bottle, as I keep saying. People say, like, it's going to continue. There's no way. You're going to get used to this, and all of a sudden you'll be like, oh no, I don't want a bottle of Jack Daniels with my St. Louis beans or whatever the fuck. Right?
Yeah.
You don't, like, it's going to continue. So this is like a great start, and it's just another fantastic innovation alongside everything else that's been going on. So we're going to enjoy this beer, enjoy this jerky, and then we'll be back with our last beer. Yeah, all right. So, cider time. So, as you know, this is, beer and other shit, not cider and other shit. I don't know a lot about cider, but I feel like there's been a few opportunities over the last couple of years where Tiff and I have been able to try a bunch of ciders, and I kind of like surprisingly enjoy them. It's typically not something that that I would drink. Now, this is from a new cidery or cider company, not really sure how it's referred to in Ontario, called Eden Grove. This bad boy, Hibiscus Blossom. Look at that, it's cool can art too.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to use a piece of paper because it's got a bunch of points. So this is like one of the products that they're highlighting. 100% hand-picked Ontario apples with 12 different varieties, which is pretty dope. So it's all local. Infused with hibiscus blossom. So I kind of thought it would have made it pink, but Jesus, that is clear. Seriously like water. It's amazing. It smells like apples. There's some other floral stuff in there. Nice. That's really chill. I wish I knew more about it. It kind of just tastes like fizzy apple juice. I used to love apple cider, like fizzy apple juice as a kid. All the time I used to rock that. So it kind of reminds me of that. They're gluten-free and vegan-friendly. The hibiscus cuts the tartness for a soft, smooth flavor. No artificial ingredients, no concentrate. Yeah, gluten-free, vegan-friendly, and lower sugar than most ciders. So It's very cool. Now, one thing about cider, I don't think, and I was talking to some people about this last week, and I couldn't get a solid answer, but I don't think you can just order cider online anywhere. Because the LCBO, the main place in Ontario that sells ciders, unless you go somewhere local, but I don't know if they have the same permit as the breweries. So this is one way to get cider. It's very, very cool, and I'm sure there's only going to be more coming in as we go. So Tiff has built a great wall of beers. These are just some of the breweries that you can get. I mean, starting from the far side there, you got another one of the Eden Grove ciders. So you can pop that one happily next to it. You got the Woodhouse, you got and a lot of these are summer-focused beers. The Big Rig, the Bongo, which is grapefruit red light. Really enjoyed that. I've had that before. Honey Ginger Shandy from Old Tomorrow, as well as a Peachy Cream Ale. That's interesting. We have the Highlander Smoked Porter. Love a good porter. Of course, the Market. Hops and Robbers, a grapefruit IPA and a pineapple IPA. I'm super interested in the pineapple because I love that. Another Highlander, a Scottish Ale. So they have all sorts. I think a lot of these guys are... I don't think Old Tomorrow... No, Old Tomorrow might actually have a space. Either way, and Big Rig definitely do.
Yeah.
They definitely do. So there is
and they have Small Pony on there.
Oh, Small Pony. Shouts to Sean, of course. And they had Napanee. I know they have a space as well. So there's a whole bunch of different stuff you can rock with. So at least you got some beers for now and the jerky to keep you going, just to spice it up a little bit, which is cool. So I just wanted to talk about one other thing that we discovered this week. I'm going to stand up now. We did a live with Cam Sloan. He started a website called BeerFinder.ca. So he gave us a shout and we jumped on live. And basically what he did, we kind of talked about this early on, but he put together one website that essentially has direct listings to every single available beer product in every single brewery in Ontario in one place. So you can go in there, you can search for style, so you can search for Pilsner, Milkshake IPA, which I guess a lot of you will be searching for, Hazy IPA if you're smart, and you can also search for by the breweries as well. And then you can go in there, you click the link, it just takes you to their website, and then you can order. You can't order through his site, but you can order directly. So it's just one way. Like my brother the other day, he lives in Toronto, he was like, man, I want to get some like hazy IPAs, I'm out of haze, and all the breweries that he lives near don't have a ton. So I was like, just go to BeerFinder, type in New England IPA or Hazy IPA, and then you'll get a bunch that you know that you can order, which is super, super sick. So I want to just give him a shout out. I know he's also partnered with our friend Jake Clark in BC. Shouts to you, Jake. Even cooler, because she's a G. She's such a hustler. So just a night, like these are two really cool ways that you can get beer right now. Online, minimal hassle. You don't have to leave your house, keeps everybody safe, keeps the breweries in business. It's going to start to keep the restaurants in business with the Brewer Eats. I really like it. And also gives you something different. Like with the cider, once again, you might just be like ordering some beer. You're like, you know what, just give me a couple ciders, why not? Just to try it up, and you might find something else you enjoy, right? I like it. And also, there's not many places, arguably zero places, where you can order a variety of beers. It's always going to be from that one brewery at a time. I can't think of any other way, if you can think of anything else, but I can't think of any other way where you can access multiple beers, like the equivalent of going to an LCBO, but a delivery.
Only Depps in Quebec.
Exactly.
But this is why it's an Ontario thing, I guess. Solve that either way.
Yeah, I mean in delivery services, right? Like
doesn't the Dep deliver? Yeah, the Dep delivers.
That's the only thing. So
sorry, a Dep equals convenience store.
Convenience store in Quebec, yeah, they do. They're the only places that do deliver here. You breweries actually can't deliver, which is unfortunate, but that's a whole other conversation. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about in this vlog. Another episode of Stay Home and Drink Craft Beer with me. Let us know what you think. If there's anything you guys want us to talk about, I feel like we're going to try and do these like once a week or something. Yeah. Like I enjoy filming them.
More interesting format than the beer mails.
Yeah, and that's exactly why we started doing it, and it's a bit of a thing right now, so might as well continue to do it since we're going to be staying home for a while. So guys, if you enjoyed the episode, smash a thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell, ding, so you know when the new drops. Follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast. Check out the long form audio, Apple Podcast, Spotify, everywhere you get your podcast. We've been doing the Adjunct Series Quarantine Edition every week. This, I don't know when this will come out, but the latest one's going to come out tomorrow?
I'm trying to get them out every Sunday.
Every Sunday. Love it. So we just dropped our first guest, episode 4 with Nathan from Nathan Does Beer. Next week, if you tuned into our live, we do a live every Friday on YouTube, where you're watching this most likely. And we're going to drop the audio for the one we did with Chris from Hops and Bros on Wednesday. And then the following week, we have Noah from Beerers, and then we've got a few other guests. And now we're going to start to have more guests coming in. Spice it up a little bit, maybe get some breweries. So I'm going to start with all our friends, all our beer media friends, check in on them, give them some love, and then we're going to see the breweries, what's going on. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate y'all. Stay home, stay safe, wash your hands, socially distance. I know it's about to get nice. Mans are in the park today. The cops are cruising through, like, probably ticketing people. Like, just behave yourselves, all right? Cheers, get in you.